Clash of Gods. This is one I've been kind of wanting to play, another turn-based strategy game. Immediately it kind of reminds me of Banner Saga just from this like intro and landing screen here, but you know, obviously Banner Saga had a pretty sophisticated amount of sweet animation, so especially for those who enjoy the plot most, auto battle system, powerful characters, and additional resources. Do a classic mode, of course, because of course. And I'll be your narrator today, if there's narration required. Shit. Year 300 since Divine Retribution, the Spring Equinox. Give me some voice game. This definitely is giving me some Banner Saga vibes. Ooh. The animation's pretty cool so far. What does it mean?
Unsolved mysteries are like an unquenched thirst, premonitions of trouble to spur you to keep going.
Let's continue. Hello, fellas. Oh yes, definitely evoking a lot of that Banner Saga vibe, and I'm not going to say Banner Saga again.
2 years since Divine Retribution, the end of winter, the Veil of Mercy, foothills of the Milky Mountains.
"700 years ago, you and the other Kuros took to the field of the Drowsy Deep to prevent a great calamity, the Reaping. Your self-sacrifice should have destroyed all Reapers once and for all. 9 years ago, you began feeling a growing sense of unease and decided to roam Terminum to find the reason. A month ago, you met a temple guard in the town of Gordon. There was something peculiar about him. Feeling a long-forgotten sense of dread, you realized there was an Umber Reaper in disguise. He noticed you, too, but chose not to pursue. He merely winked at you, bowing in jest. The return of the Umbra forewarns the impending reaping, so you head to the Milky Mountains to find the local seeress. You hope to learn the time and place of the coming reaping and prevent it. When you stepped onto the narrow path, you noticed several sets of footprints. At the time, you thought that other people seeking the seeress advice must have anticipated you, but no, they're just robbers looking for an easy target. So now I'll have to ask, like, the question. I should have done, like, some research, because this looks so substantially much like Banner Saga that might even be the same people. Which I feel real dumb if I didn't know that already. Time to act. Blue tiles indicate where your characters can move during their turn. Orange tiles indicate extra moving distance, you know, usual. Oh yeah, this has to be, like, the same people. Okay, select quick strike. Enemies standing on pulsating tiles are within reach and can be attacked using the chosen skill. Got it. This looks like, yeah, this is exactly the same system. This is obviously like by the same people or like a sequel of some sort. Maybe this whole story is at the end of the Banner Saga too. I don't know. Didn't finish that game. Okay, your character will close in on the enemy and attack them. Let's go. Can we get a cool run? Ouch. Damaging enemies' energy reduces their options because faster moves and powerful skills require energy to execute. Moreover, if an enemy has 0 energy remaining, double damage will be dealt to health instead of energy. This enemy has a lot of health, but only 5 points of energy. It makes sense to strip him of his remaining energy so that you can deal double damage to the health. Click on them into the right target or mouse button to see a list of skills you can do against them. There you go. Then energy stripping. I have the hiccups. Untimely. It always happens when recording videos. So I'm gonna skip this tutorial. I think we know what to do. Fuck this dude up. Do some health damage. Don't hide away from that boy. So I can right click, do this, and then just hit that. And that's like super convenient. Now my energy's up, I'm charged up, lit off them spirits. 10 and 10. Means the right thing to do is just... Oops, pal, surprise. Look at this cool guy, close. You're about to knock on the hut's door when it's suddenly flung open. A woman appears on the doorstep. Your heart leaps from your chest. She's the one you'd left behind when you went to fight in the battle for the Drowsy Deep. She's the one you loved, Amma. Ooh, she's pissed. Blance, what took you so long? It's been 702 years. You managed to survive when 12 of our brethren perished. Did you go into hiding? Please call me Hopper. I'm already used to my new name. I was Blance when we were together. I wasn't hiding in that battle, but you know, I was wounded, pierced by arrows. That's why I didn't complete my task. Yes, I've heard the legend of the 12 brave ones who cast an enchantment on themselves and turned into stone. They achieved their goal. Now their land is free from the plague and the reaping. The price is too high, though, if you ask me. Why did you come looking for me again? I wasn't searching for you, but the local Cirrus. There are signs. Vestiges are leaving the forest of Datura, the vandal which has been sighted on woodland trails. I stumbled upon Atrak and Gordon myself. They have returned. Another reaping is nigh, perhaps. That's a fool's question, Hopper. I do not foretell the obvious. You might as well have asked whether winter will follow autumn. The reaping is coming. You know it. All loose ends shall be tied. That's a fool's question, Hopper. All ends be tied. What do you mean by tied? What do you mean by tied? One day, the final reaping will come. The question is if there will be anything left in this world afterwards. Why would you care, though? Aren't you immortal? I'm the same as you, Amma. Even if we are both Umbra, we have long embraced the human way of life. I care about Terminum's fate. To the reaping, we are no more than specks of dust. This time we don't have the 12 comrades willing to sacrifice themselves. Among those still alive, someone will come and become reapers themselves. Do you really want to get involved? I need to stop the reapings. It's my fault they're happening again. You need to get off your pedestal. We are maggots, the lowliest servants lucky enough to be seated at the dining table. Are you looking for the forsaken gods of this land? I have a book that describes the life of one. Here, take a look. I had a good laugh reading this nonsense. Thank you for the book. I've been searching high and low for similar records, but still, when and where will the reaping begin? I need to be there. That's where I'm needed. I know it. The souls of the dead have tortured me with guilt for 700 years. Help me. Give me the knife you keep in your bag, the kind our brethren sacrifice themselves with. Give it to me and you'll get your answer. Pity. I really hope to use it. I doubt anything else can kill a reaper. Well, here you go, but why would you want it? She was to kill you. The reaping shall occur on the day of the vernal equinox, both in north and south, in the towns of Woden and Albius. I wouldn't waste time if I were you. Sadly, I do not have time to reach the north. Farewell, I hope our paths cross again, though you still haven't told me why you need the knife. I saw you kill me with this very knife, Hopper, so I hope our paths never cross again. Farewell.
What does one need to meet old age in peace? Only to avoid a major disaster.
What does one need to meet old age in peace? Only to avoid a major disaster. I guess it's death.
Year 1002 since divine retribution. Burkana, the kingdom of Odala, city of Albius. The spring equinox. 8th year of peace since the last war.
It's a good amount of time.
A retired captain of the guard and his daughter are strolling through the festival market.
I like the character designs. Thief. This is most bizarre. A woman in strange clothes is walking away from town hall. Her beauty should be turning heads. I seem to be the only one noticing her. Later, are you daydreaming again? You nudge your daughter as you see Baron Trouble, the burgomaster of the town, approach you. Good day, Thorn. How are you, Glada? I take it there is a reason you have been combing the market since dawn. Looking for a gift for Leaky? Good day, Thorn. I take it there is a reason you have been blah 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 blah. No, just strolling. Because we are strolling. Not willing to waste time on chit-chat, you make an apologetic gesture at the top and point at the city clock. You then nudge Glada and leave the burgomaster, who looks bewildered. Father, that wasn't very polite, was it? The old man can talk anyone to death and we're pressed for time. We do need to buy a gift. What are we going to give her? Will you give me a hint? What would your mother like? The dialogue window, this icon meaning that choice will have far-reaching consequences. We give her jewelry. We should have a Rask shop by the town hall. If we need clothing, then we can visit the cloth merchant. Okay, Glada looks like she wants to say something, but is too shy. Perhaps you could ask her about it. Padong stall. Rasks. Let's talk to Glada first. Was there something you want to discuss? I know what Mother really needs. Health for her aching heart. Is there any way to improve her health? Magic? Divine intervention? I do not believe in magic. The gods, it seems, do not even help their own servants. Do you remember what their temple is called? The Temple of Divine Retribution. It would be silly to expect any help from them. I wish we knew why they had to exact this retribution on your mother. Then we should content ourselves with what the marketplace has to offer, and I shall win tomorrow's fencing tournament in her honor. Do you really think she'll take pleasure in watching her daughter hurl herself at another's blade, even if it's a practice sword? I'm a better fighter than anyone who signed up. Don't get too full of yourself. Your regiment buddies, Sop, Brett, and Hode are no worse, at least not by much. In any case, you should direct your attention away from all those weapons to, say, dresses or shawls. Oh god, stop, dude. Alright, let's go and buy something. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Glada. Let's get that jewelry, let's get that bling. Speaking of herself, did Dad find out where I would really go during the lunchtime scrolls? There's nothing criminal in it, but I'd rather nobody knew of my manuscript hunting. I said I went to the pastry shop, which wasn't exactly true. I just hope Rask doesn't give me away. Clay, this is Rask, an old friend and expert in all kinds of curiosities. We've known each other since Oda. Hello, Rask. It's been a while. Smiling. It's been 3 years, my dear Thorn. We've run into each other now and then, but ever since you arrived in town, freshly retired, and bought a silver necklace with a garnet, you've forgotten all about my shop. Are you here to pick up a new gift for Leaky? It's been... Can we think for Leaky? Yeah, it's fun. I remember the last time you brought a birthday present for her during the spring equinox. I won't lie, I've been happy if you bought jewelry for me every year since. My wife hasn't been interested in jewels for these past few years. However, the garnet necklace is her favorite and she has been feeling better in recent months. It is true that garnets aid a weak heart. Is it true that garnets aid a weak heart? If I'm not mistaken, garnets possess no magical properties, but some other stones do. Potions cannot heal an aching heart, but family love can preserve it. Though I have heard that there is a particularly skilled healer in Ursus. Unda is her name, but even she cannot perform miracles. Well, let's talk about the gift. Rask reaches into the box and places a highly polished stone on the counter. The metal setting is very unusual. It looks like an insect clutching the stone tightly in its legs. If this large strix reduces in size, a platinum base will squeeze its paws to hold it tightly. Consider it magic if you like. I have never encountered magic. Did you not reach the edge of the world in your younger years, and did you not see the veil surrounding Terminum? Even more, you went to the wall of mist which had swallowed Benjamin before and emerged carrying your father-in-law out of danger. Wasn't that magic? I don't know. All I know is that if a magical remedy existed, I would have cured Leaky long ago. Even if it weren't for sale, I would have found a way. However, your stone here is for sale. Name your price. Such rare items do not come cheap. The price of the stone is 100,000 gold coins. Even if you let me pay in for installments for 10 years, I still can't afford this. If you only knew how quickly decades go by, I mean, at my age you can think in decades. In our case, every hour counts, right, Glada? Do you have any gift ideas? Something silver, perhaps. Something else. You watch Rask rummage through several drawers in his desk. He then takes out a ruby-encrusted tiara. I'm selling this to you at a loss to myself for 1 gold coin. Let us consider this a birthday present for your Leaky. Taking it back, a kingly gift. Thank you, my dear friend. Leaky will look splendid in this. You pick up the tiara from the table and give it to Glada. When you look up, Rask is staring at the ceiling with his face pale. At first you're confused, but then you too hear the bell ring in the town hall. This doesn't sound like our bell ringer. Could it be that Trouble has finally sacked his bell ringer and hired someone sober? And Rask, doesn't the bell annoy you, ringing 4 times a day? You watch in surprise as Rask takes a big sack and starts emptying the contents of his numerous drawers, big small, into it. Growing pale. Just a matter of habit, my dear Thorn. Time gets used to much stranger things. Hurriedly, a good choice. Tricks is better, of course, but silver works too. You never know when it'll come in handy. Handy? What do you mean? The bell keeps tolling. Rask slings his sack over his shoulder and takes an axe with a curved handle from the wall. This no longer matters. I hope we'll meet again, but now I would flee from the city if I were you. The Opicum Fortress is the safest place to go. The merchant retreats into his shop. You hear the back door open and close. Well, it looks like Rask has lost his mind. We should leave. He probably hasn't lost his mind. So what costs? Oh, who's this fella? No friend to me. You see Baron Trouble lying on the ground, dying. Blood gushes from his mouth, nose, ears, and eyes. You feel a pang of conscience for ending your last conversation with the late Burgomaster so rudely. Tone in particular, you are tough. You struggle to stay on your feet. Blood is gushing from your nose. Glada, scared to death, is hiding behind your back. But rather taciturn. What do you want? Coggins said nothing. The Burgomaster has made this decision on everyone's behalf. What kind of decision? The ritual one, a tribute to the memory. You use the last reserves of your energy to stay upright. Your heart is about to leap out of your chest. Your throat contracts. Dying already? No, I would live a bit longer. It seems the monster is grinning. It clenches his fist and your heart clenches in your chest. A moment later, the unbearable pain lifts. Reaping is growing stronger. Towering over you, the monster examines you intently for a few seconds and extends its arms and points at your pendant. The monster grabs your captain's insignia, clenching it in its fist. With a hissing sound, the strix on the pendant shrinks. Strixes lost 8. I don't know what a strix is. The reaping will start with your family, Thorin Brennan. The monster vanishes into thin air. You shake your head, trying to clear it. It's oh, plus gods. Did you hear that? What it said about our family? Quick, we've got to get home. Oh shit. The story is kind of actually neat. I don't know what the pop-ups there with like the strixes and minor injury, but it's interesting. You run headlong into your house, taking every possible shortcut. Even a small town like Alibus has its dark corners, but you could not care less. Right now, you need to make sure that everything's alright at home. Gladys' outcry makes you stop in your tracks. Your daughter hastily pulls some kind of colored plaques from under her belt. That's what's almost burnt my stomach. Ras gave them to me about a week ago. A long time ago, they supposedly were magical battle cards. Suddenly became so hot to the touch. Take a look at the cards. The magical plaques almost burn your fingers, but they also fit perfectly in your palm. You feel almost as if you could wave your hand and channel magic into any enemy. They could regain their power because of the reaping. Could they regain their power because of the reaping? How did Ras come by them? You remember seeing such plaques sold as curiosities and souvenirs. You hear footsteps from somewhere ahead. 3 thugs are barring the way. Their puffy faces are contorted with mindless rage. Did highwaymen get so brazen as to attack townsfolk, hoping for an easy gain? In a swift move, you draw your sword, but the thugs look unimpressed. You look closer and notice their vacant eyes and foam at their mouths. Your opponents are either very drunk or crazy. You step in front of Glada. I'll beat some sense into them, you stay back. In response, Glada steps aside and draws her own blade. Did I practice with a sword for all those years? To just keep hiding behind you? Together, we'll deal with them faster. What your daughter is really asking for is some stern parenting, but the thugs attack you with a feral roar. You can only hope your daughter has taken your lessons to heart. If you have more than one character in your party, you can choose the turn order. Just select any character standing in the highlight area. Alright, choose the turn order. Click an icon on the bottom left to use a card. Each card has numbers that shows in which round it becomes available. Each card can be used only once per battle. After using your card, it will be available into the next battle. Red skulls next to a character's portrait indicate the number of wounds the character has sustained. Character stats are lower depending on the number of wounds. If a character sustains 4 wounds, they'll die. Keep an eye out for this useful button. It can be found throughout the game. Click in the description of various game mechanics. Alright. So I'm pre-positioning. Let's move her literally behind him. See if we can get some fighting angles. Well, let's hopefully don't have any like AoE effects. Let's see, deals damage, parry. Let's stay actually right here. Let's see, is there an in-turn option? Yeah, it's in-turn. Well, on forward, bud. Oh, what a guy. I guess I could attack his gonna attack his spirit. And let good old dad power down on the remainder. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, that was a good move that I decided to, no, I don't want to do that. Stay back. Kind of draw them into the space. They're using energy to move. And I'll take that all day long. Okay, so what can I do to you? Deals 12 damage. 18. Anger. Increase your defensive attack by 1. Looks good. Heavy strike. This'll do. Okay. I'll press forward to here. Double strike. Woo! There she goes. Glenda looks at the bloodied bodies in terror. This is the first time she's fought to the death. You grab her by the shoulder, shaking her a couple times before she looks away from the corpses. She finally steels herself, meets your gaze, and nods with great determination. You are proud of your daughter, but even more so worried for your wife, Leaky. There's no time to lose. You need to get home as soon as possible. A couple of side alleys later, you open the familiar gate. No Strixes. I don't know what that is. I think we knew this was going to be the case. You run to the house and find the living room covered in blood. Old Tenor. The housekeeper stands at the door, trembling all over. His daughter, Queena, your maid, lies motionless on the floor. Just beside her is your wife, Leaky. What happened? Leia is trying to say something but cannot speak through her suffocating sobs. You use all your willpower to retain composure and even managing to say something while your nails cut deep into your palms. The veins in your fist are about to burst and your teeth are about to shatter from grinding. Leia is stroking her mother's hair and whispering something into her ear. You briefly consider ending your own life, but your daughter needs protection. She resembles your wife so strongly. You slowly turn to the servant. He's saying something. Such a calamity has befallen us. Oh, such grief. First, both Leaky and Queena screamed in the pain. Then my daughter seemed to lose her mind. She went at Mistress Leaky with a knife. Mistress defended herself, but then... Everyone of us is suffering, but at least we're still alive. And to remain alive, we must leave the town. Of course, masters, I'll do it. Glitter, remember to pack your mother's jewelry box and take the money from the nook in my room. Please hurry. You know, straining your wife's hair, notice something odd. A black-blue mark, like an ulcer on the nape of her neck. The surrounding skin is swollen as if burnt. Glitter also notices it and backs away. A look of terror on her face, on her suddenly pale face. This is right out of the ancient manuscript. The same thing happened 700 years ago. A pain pierces your neck and grows into a fiery noose. It strangles you and you die in a terrible agony. This infection is what they call the reaping, Father. The back of my neck is burning. Let me see, damn it. You have the same mark. Have a look. Do I have it? Nothing? But how can it be? Why did the plague spare me? I don't believe in luck. There must be some kind of protection, but what is it? Did Raz know something when he praised the Strixes? Come here, Glada. Take my pendant. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. You take off your captain's insignia and put it around your daughter's neck. She nods and you pull her into your embrace again. I mean, yeah, he needs to find whatever way he can that he is being able to avoid this. You exit into the front yard and take a look around. No, you shouldn't bury Leaky here. It'd be better to do it in the back. Glada follows you. Take Tenor and bring the bodies here, you tell her. Try to be quick, our time is short. Just wrap them in something, alright? When you're done digging, your hands are shaking, but not with tiredness. Tenor buries his face in his hands. Glada's shadow of her former self. You realize that if you stop and stand still, pain will drown you. You get out of the freshly dug grave and pick up Leaky's body. You lay out Keena's body beside her mistress. They used to play together as kids. You take up the shovel. Glade is still petrified. Tenor mumbles out one of the temple's anthems. You wonder what he is asking the gods to do for his daughter. Aren't his woes all the same to her now? You throw the last handful of earth onto the grave and toss the shovel aside. You feel as if you're on the edge of a cliff. Your wife is no more. Her body is not in your warm embrace, but in the cold clutches of death. For some reason, you're still alive. Glada walks up and hugs you, pulling you back from the precipice, just like when you met the Reaper. Well, this seems like a good time as any to take a break, or really stop. But I think this kind of gives you a good break as to like what's what in this game. Yeah, it's neat. I'm assuming it has related to the Banner Saga people. The UI seems extremely similar and all that jazz, but if not, whatever, it's still good, and I think it's on a sale right now for the summer Steam sale. So check it out, I guess, and have a good day. Peace.